Hi friends, Ciao amici. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm tackling one of those spots that we all have. A cabinet, a drawer, something that has anything kitchen, everything's in there. It's time to declutter and minimalize. First of all, as you can see, I have used this cabinet for pantry staples. I'm going to be pulling everything out of this cabinet, and as you can see, there's dishes, an extra coffee pot down there, all sorts of things, and who knows what's in those two drawers. And some of these things I use, some of them I don't. I might donate, sell, etc. There may be even some things I forgot about in here. Anyone else ever do that? I'm sure you do. Step one is to empty everything out of the cabinet. I'm going to put it on my kitchen table. I have my coffee, so let's get started in this declutter. I'm going to put everything on this table behind me. And we're going to see what stays, what goes, what do I use, what I didn't know what was in there, etc. So let's get started. I have these endless recipes. You do the same, you print them out, you try them out, you put them somewhere. I really need to go through them and throw out the ones I really don't like or don't use. Down to a few books, a few cookbooks that I use, so I probably keep these. So from the top of the cabinet, it just has a few cookbooks, a few items of food or snacks, cereal, etc. So let's go over here. It is now empty. I'm going to clean off that shelf and put back what I actually use. So, doesn't that top shelf look much better? I like to go shelf by shelf. So I have a few books there, cookbooks, that I use. There maybe was 5 that I really use. And some breakfast items, bread, some chips. So now that's all straightened out. Hopefully that stays that way. Now, I do have a book that I am going to get rid of, and I have to go through those recipes. I'm going to do that while watching TV and see what I like, what I don't like. So I found these Thanksgiving Day decorations. Should go with my fall decorations. So I will put them away. These plates, pie dish, I use if I have company. I don't have a lot of serving dishes, so I'm going to keep that. This one used to have a bottom. I left it at somebody's house, never got it back. And these are just Christmas type things, Super Bowl cups. I do want to, not Super Bowl, but my husband is an Eagles fan. I do want to keep those. And this Pioneer Woman, I always use this when I make a big lasagna and stuff. This was a gift from my son, Chris. And it's a beautiful Pioneer's Woman. So I'm going to keep these items. I just have to organize it better. Now for that bottom part. That is really messy. Not sure what I have down there, but I'm going to pull it all out. So I got more of these Christmas trays, which I do use. And I do use these cookie sheets. This stuff, football season, we use. And this is another decoration type I have to put away, so we're going to put that over there. Those are the decorations to put where they belong. And we got these Penn State cups for football season. These cups do get used, and these trays are good for candy, but where to put them, because I don't use them every day. Same with these football plates. Now this is gonna go back because I do use those on a regular basis. As you can see, the mat is used, but I want to be able to thin this out. This Christmas tray is nice to have. So I think the Christmas things will probably go above my stove, which I do have some Christmas items. All those dishes and plates I use for Christmas. So I think the best place is to put it up there for now. And I'm gonna declutter this at some point and get rid of some stuff. And these I use on the holidays. So I'm gonna put them back too. So far I haven't decluttered much, but I've reorganized things. This is more holiday type stuff with the cups. Not sure what I'm gonna do there. This, do I really need it? I guess if that one breaks, I could put it in this closet. Put it in here with my crock pot. This all needs decluttering too, or reorganizing. However you want to look at it. These bowls I use all the time. So we're gonna set, whoa, what happened there? We're gonna put these right there, because I do use them a lot. Now, as you see, I have all these cups. I go somewhere, I travel somewhere, buy a cup. My old apartment had a shelf in the kitchen I could display them, but there was really no place here to display. As you can see, I used to have a shelf that went above my cabinets that I could display them, but there really isn't anywhere to display them unless I put them on that windowsill and they wouldn't all fit. I could put them up there and get rid of that stuff, which might be a good idea. Oh, it does look better. So I think I'm gonna put those cups up there and then use this drawers to keep my holiday kitchen mitts and that kind of stuff. So there's my display of cups. I do need a shelf. Gonna have to figure out a shelf. Don't really like them up there, but that's where they're gonna go for now. And we are going to put all my holiday stuff in here. This is all still usable, and I do use them. So that's where I'm gonna store them. Do like to see my cups, so that is reorganized. And over here we have a few things. This I can put in that closet where I keep some of this type of stuff that I don't need to put in my everyday cabinet that I'm constantly pulling in and out of with my wear and stuff that I use. So let's close this up here. We won't need that till Christmas time. Well, we're gonna make a budget meal today. We're going to do some ham hash. I'll link the recipe down in the description, but let's get into it. Andiamo, amici. So we trim off all this fat. So now we're gonna cut this up into chunks. So I'm going to show you the ham that I got out of this. This is the amount of ham I got from that one ham steak. I took out all the fat, as we don't really want to eat the fat personally. So we are going to fry this up and cook this thoroughly, and then we'll get on to the next step. So here we go. And now we have a couple of potatoes cut up. This we're going to add to the ham after it's cooked. First, we need to fry up some bacon. Everything's better with bacon, isn't it? Ham and the potatoes separately. Toss them together with some corn, and we're almost ready for dinner. Now you saw the before and after of my organized cabinet. I'm going to do one cabinet and one drawer at a time, so it's not so overwhelming. Some people like to do it all at once. I like to do it a little bit at a time. So thanks for coming along for this video. I wanted to share a budget meal today, and so my ham hash is like so quick and easy, and you don't have to use a big ham steak like that. You have a small ham steak, you can use it, or any kind of ham, leftover ham, I imagine you could use too, but I will link that recipe down below. I would love to hear down in the comments section, what is one item you just cannot part with, but you don't really use it anymore? I have a few of those, but I'd like to hear from you, what is your item or items that you just don't use but can't part with? Mine is a small set of dessert plates and espresso cups. That was my grandmother's, which I have. I don't use them, but I can't seem to part with them. And I appreciate you spending the day with me for this budget meal and this small decluttering of one of my cabinets. And I will be doing more because there's more to do. And I'll bring you along for it. And as always, thanks for coming along. And I appreciate your time and your effort with these videos. It helps the channel if you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, ciao amici.